What do you think should be done to the January 6th people?
Leave them alone. Let them have the ones that are in prison right now?
Yeah, the ones that are in prison and the ones that are under indictment.
I think we should compare the January 6th people to all the Antifa people that burned down cities that got nothing. I think we should remember the standard and see the disparity of the two. January 6th people are being held without any real crimes, and they're in a prison. They've been in a prison for 2 years. BLM literally burned down cities, and nobody went to jail. I think, first of all, the American people don't know what happened at January 6th because the media is such a lying bunch. They are presenting total false narratives. So people don't know what happened at January 6th. So if they knew truly what happened at January 6th, they might have a different opinion.
They're being held without any evidence of crimes. Yes, people are often in America charged and put in prison without evidence of crimes. Right. At the trials, they just goof around for a couple weeks and then just send people to jail. They send Jan 6 protesters to jail because they did the tiny little crime of trying to overthrow the government, trying to, in an insurrection against our democracy, not certify a presidential election, you maroon fives. It could not be easier to understand how doing something like that would be not good, would be against the law. But it's good that you are cool with crimes just because you use the wonderful whataboutism of, well, compare it to BLM.
I think we should compare the January 6th people to all the Antifa people that burned down cities that got nothing.
Oh, you mean the thing many years earlier, the Black Lives Matter protests that happened during the pandemic that people were arrested for? That people were punished for bad behavior that went against the auspices of normal protesting? You're talking about that, right? So are you going to change your opinion now? Or would you at least be open to looking into it more? Let's hear.
Did you support a bipartisan committee to look into January 6th?
No.
No. It would be bipartisan, meaning it wouldn't be political, meaning truth might come out. Why would I support that?
I don't think anybody should be looking into people celebrating and standing up for their First Amendment.
No,
First of all, there's only one First Amendment. There's not multiple First Amendments. That's why it's called the first one. Secondly, celebrating? Jan 6 was people celebrating their First Amendment rights? Usually you do that without killing police officers and breaking glass and storming into buildings. Just saying.
I just meant what people allege to be a breach of the Capitol. That, you just said we don't know what happened on January 6th. The committee, they tried to do a committee to look into what happened. They did, but it wasn't as bipartisan as people wanted.
I don't think they looked into what the breach of police stations, county buildings with BLM.
Right. Go right back to the other thing that's not the thing that you're defending, because you can't defend the thing. Makes a lot of sense. These MAGA Republicans, which is pretty much all Republicans these days, claim there's a two-tiered justice system that persecutes them, when in fact what they want is a two-tier justice system. The enforcement of laws against people who commit crimes against those laws, breaking them, but not when they do it. That's the two tiers they want. And of course they conveniently ignore the actual two-tier justice system in this country, which is one that punishes people of color and poor people far more than the wealthy and the well-to-do and white people. So they have the term right, but they don't have any of the facts correct, or the essence of it, or the truth, or the basis of it in any way. So close, but no cigar. Listen to just one more genius real quick, and listen to his brain run out of words while trying to justify a sentence that can't be finished or justified.
If Trump wins, would you accept that result?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't accept the Biden result?
No.
Could it be rigged, is what I'm saying, in favor of Trump?
It could be. But that's a real stretch because Trump and the Republicans have never had the on-the-ground machinery that the Democrats have had for 100 years. You can't recreate that in 2 or 3 years.
They weren't ready. They didn't believe well, They have machinery on the ground, the Democrats, that Republicans can't have. Why can't they have it? I don't know. What are you talking about? I'm not sure. What's on the ground machinery? Nobody knows. They have machines on the ground. What is there any interpretation where that makes any sense? Well, you know. But then even if they did have this on the ground machinery that made it impossible for Republicans to beat Democrats, how come they beat Democrats in 2016 when Trump won?
But he won in 2016.
He did.
Right.
Look over here, please. I mean, you can't. You can't talk to these people. You can. It's entertaining, but it also really weakens your faith in humanity, don't it? I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. If you'd like some more laughs, check out my stand-up comedy clips I post on my social media at Ben Gleib 3 times a week, especially Instagram. That's the one I like best. Seems to be the least crazy people on there.